Welcome back to The Nest. And today we have a very, very special episode with a very special guest. We have Stephanie Citron with us today, one of the top real estate agents here in the Parkland and really Broward County. So I want to make sure that you guys pay attention to some of the information we're going to receive today because Stephanie comes in with a wealth of information to share with us. So Stephanie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Very excited about this.
Absolutely.
This is our first podcast together.
This is our first
Yes.
one. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully it's one of many to come.
One of many.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've had a chance, obviously, to work together for the past few months now with
Yes.
help a few clients with different loan programs and products. But before we get into that, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey into real estate? How did you get in? What's the motivation?
Oh my goodness. How did I get into real estate? Well, it's been 13 years now.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Michael, as my brother-in-law, was like, I need help. I need you to help me. I need you to get into the business. And, you know, he's the one that really kind of even put the thought into my mind that I could do this. And it's been amazing ever since. I mean, being able to be part of these families, you know, biggest journeys in their life, whether it's, you know, they just got married or they're downsizing or they just had a baby, and just being part of these milestones with these families has been amazing. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of different career kind of lead people to real estate. Obviously, Michael was a teacher, right? And he transitioned to real estate.
Yes.
What was your background before real estate?
Oh my goodness, I've had many jobs. So I actually have a psychology degree,
Wow.
which helps me in this job.
Absolutely. I bet.
So you deal with a lot of different personalities, and I feel like I could really handle anything that comes to me. And I just want to be there for them because people are, you know, they go through horrible times and great times and everything in between. So, but before that, I used to be a property manager. So I'm like a licensed CAM manager for HOAs and condominium buildings. So
Okay.
I did that for a while. I had my own business where I used to give contractors business and referrals. Kind of like a Angie's Group thing.
Yeah,
I had my own business doing that.
Nice.
I mean, there's tons and tons and tons.
And that's
but
a pretty easy transition for you, right, into real estate.
it was. I feel like I kind of always did something with real estate,
Right.
you know, related. But getting the license, I have to say that was Michael.
Gotcha. Now, been doing real estate, you said about 13 years?
13 years.
You know, so you have, obviously, you've seen it all, right?
I've seen it all.
Yeah. So far, I mean, what would you describe as the most challenging aspect of real estate?
I think the challenging part is when you're dealing with people that are not selling for a happy reason.
Gotcha.
So that's hard. because-
Divorces, death.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's many of them out there. And just to have to help these people going through like the worst time in their life
Right.
and being there for them and trying to make sure that everything happens, you know, with the contract and be that kind of side, but then also be an ear for them and
Right.
be there for them at the same time. That's probably the hardest.
That's where the psychology major comes into
it
play, right?
does. Yes. It helps a lot.
So tell me a little bit. I mean, talking about divorce, for example, when you're dealing with divorce, folks that are going through that process, what is that like? So why would you even advise someone that's going through that process right now and need to sell a home to be prepared for?
You know, I try to tell both sides that I'm kind of here to help both of them, and we all have the same goal. We all want to sell and try to get the highest number for your house and try to make this as an easy transition as possible so you both can move on and go your separate ways. So I kind of try to be there as a voice for them to help both of them. Sometimes I might know one of them better than the other. Sometimes I meet both of them at the same time, but I've noticed the middleman when
Right.
it comes to these
Yeah.
things. And I get the call from him and I get the call from her, and don't tell her I called you. Don't tell him I called you. And it's like, oh my goodness,
Wow.
like you really want to be there for both of them.
Right.
And that's we're all on the same page when it
Right.
comes to selling the house, but
Because the ultimate goal is to sell it.
is to sell the house. But you also, I try to remember what they're going through and everything that's involved. And it's hard. I feel very bad.
Yeah.
So
Now, shifting gear just a little bit, Stephanie, with the market as it is right now, I mean, we're in Parkland, you know, Broward County. But South Florida overall, what is your take with inventory, with people that are coming into this market from perhaps out of town, right? So what is it like right now in this market?
I don't know what's happening in Parkland, but there's literally no inventory right now. I mean, I have buyers that are just waiting for houses to come up.
Yeah.
And then I know from my experience, the last few open houses I did, I sold them from the open house. We had multiple offers. Right. I don't know. I'm hoping that we're getting into summer soon, that sellers want to put their houses up because there's a lot of buyers out there that are just waiting.
Yeah. I mean, we just entering now the beginning of the spring buying season, right? That's where you have a lot of motivated sellers and buyers coming into the market. So what you're saying is right now it's pretty.
It's like there's like no houses right now. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
So that makes it very competitive, right?
It's very competitive.
From a lending perspective, right? So my world, what would you advise from a realtor standpoint, a client that's looking to purchase? What's the first thing that they should do right now before they go out and start shopping?
I mean, they should speak to you first. Yeah. I mean, anytime I speak with someone and I'm like, have you spoken to a lender? Let me put you in touch with you. Right. And, let's get that pre-approval ready. Let's be ready to go because that house is going to come up and you're not going to be ready and you're going to miss it.
Yeah. So, and by the way, our pre-approval is usually within like a few hours from submission.
Few hours.
Yeah. In fact, after the pre-approval goes out, we do what's called a loan commitment. So that's where we submit the loan to our underwriters, in-house underwriters, and give you a loan commitment. Usually that happens within 24 hours. So when you're out there shopping, especially in a tight market like Parkland or really Broward County, it kind of gives you the upper hands, right? Where you're submitting an offer almost like a cash buyer, right? Because you already have your loan committed to. So that's something definitely, buyers should pay attention to instead of just going out there with a pre-approval or a meaningless pre-qualification letter.
It makes a huge difference.
Going out with a loan commitment make you a lot stronger.
I don't remember which client, but we did that with one of them.
I think we've done that with all of our clients that we work on together.
I think that you issued a loan commitment on all of them, but depending on the situation, I don't know I actually used the loan commitment.
That's true, yes. And I think you did that on one that kind of helped you win the contract.
It did. Yeah. I think it was the Cunnings house.
That's right.
There was multiple offers.
That's right.
And because they had that loan commitment, they got that house.
Yeah, so tell me about that. So what was that experience like, having that loan commitment, not just a pre-approval, but a loan commitment? What was that process like in terms of negotiating with the seller?
It literally put her offer above the rest. I mean, once I told that agent that they had a loan commitment already, she was even like confused by it. She's like, I don't understand. How do you have the loan commitment? I'm like, it's almost like a cash. There's no contingency. Like here it is.
Right.
So and I think they had like 5 offers on that house, and they ended up getting that house. So that made such a difference for buyers, for any buyers that's in a multiple offer situation, that you have that loan commitment. I mean, it literally takes your offer and puts it to the top.
Absolutely. And that's very powerful, right? Especially in a tight market like this one. But the other part of that too, once we have the loan commitment, we can move very, very quickly once we have that contract, right? And close in as little as 12 to 15 days, right? So as we move into that space, tell me a little bit about, I know we've done multiple transactions that went through pretty smoothly with no problem, right? What's that experience like, working with the Nest Lending Group?
I mean, it's just like a no-brainer. Like, I don't even have to think about any timelines or anything. And the clients are super happy. I mean, they tell me how much time you spend with them on the phone at 8 o'clock at night. And they always call me and they're like, wow, and you just go through everything with them. And, some of them, the Cummings were first-time home buyers, and you literally spend so much time with them going through all their questions. And then even the clients that weren't first-time home buyers, you really make them very comfortable working with you.
Good.
They're all very happy.
That's wonderful. And then that's the elite service, that I think every realtor should expect from their lending partners, right? But especially when you have a group or someone that's in-house with you, right? I think that makes a big difference too. That's the Nest Lending promise, right? So we want to make sure that every single client feels like they are the only client that we're working with. Right.
And it's nice that when they're here for closing, like you're here, and we're all like a big family here.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's nice.
So what's the plan, Stephanie, for the rest of this year, given the challenges that we've seen so far with, inventory and, how dry, if you will, the market is right now.
I don't know. Sellers got to put their houses up.
That's true. So sellers,
that's the
put
plan.
your house up. Yeah,
We need some
absolutely.
houses to sell.
Yeah,
There's
for
many
sure.
buyers out there just waiting. So,
Absolutely. There are quite a few buyers. I mean, we've done so many pre-approvals. I know we have at least 3 or 4 right now that are approved and just waiting to find the right home. So I do think, the market will open up a little bit more once things start to calm down with all the wars and all the stuff that's going on. The expectation is for rate to start coming back down as well
That would
once
be
that's
great.
settled. I think that would bring more people to the market and allowing some of those sellers that are on the sideline right now to feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Selling. So
What I think is unbelievable, like as a listing agent where I
Mm-hmm.
get these offers, and every time there's a 25 to 30-day loan commitment period on there, on
Yeah.
every single offer I get. And it
Yeah.
just blows my mind that these buyers are using these lenders
Right.
that have these timelines on there. And I don't know if other agents are thinking that that's normal. And
oh yeah, it's industry. That's the industry norm, right?
it's crazy to me.
So for us and for you and with Paired Realty more specifically, the system that we've created and put in place for you guys, which is all of my realtor partners outside of Paired, have the same exact
Right.
access. We don't need to wait for 30 days. We don't need to wait for 20 days.
Right.
So you can go in with zero commitment.
I mean, to
loan
have that
commitment.
loan
Yeah.
commitment with the offer,
Right.
I have never received that on the
Right.
other end, ever.
Yeah, because we're the only one doing it. We are the only one doing it.
Right.
At least one of the few folks that are doing it. And we understand how important it is for someone to be pre-approved to purchase a home, but we also understand it's easier for you to win a deal, in a competitive market when you don't just have a pre-approval, but you have a loan commitment,
Yeah.
right? It just shows how serious the buyer is that's making the offer.
I think it's a game changer.
It certainly is,
Yeah.
So I appreciate that feedback.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
amazing.
Yeah. So Stephanie, let me ask you this. So with the market, as we talk about the market the way it is, have you seen any program or product that's probably a little bit more helpful, right, in the market that we serve here in Parkland? Again, we're not limited to Parkland, but is there any particular program that we've used so far that you feel like, that's the one?
I think the bridge loan.
The bridge
program,
loan.
that
All right.
is amazing.
Okay.
I mean, you've spoken to several of my clients already
Right.
that have felt like they were stuck in their houses.
yes.
And now they actually are looking and can make a move because of
Wonderful.
that bridge loan option.
Yeah. So let's dial into that one just a little bit more. So the bridge loan program, as many of you guys know, it's about giving you the opportunity to purchase your new home before selling your current home, right? So it's unlocking the funds, the equity that you have in your home to make your next purchase without the stress that comes with having to sell first and then purchase, right? So the clients that you talked about, a lot of them obviously they're homeowners and they don't fully understand the process, right? So when they come and talk to us, and by the time they leave my office or the phone call, it's like, oh my God, so this option exists,
Yeah.
right? So how have you been able to use or leverage that to not only get grow your business, but to get new clients? Perhaps the sellers were either on the fence or not quite ready to move forward. But once you brought up the bridge loan option, how has that changed that conversation for you?
It's really changed because I have several sellers that I've met over the last year that I've gone to their house. I've sat with them at their kitchen table, went over listing their house, and none of them want to do anything. And
Right.
once I heard about this bridge loan option, I called all of them and I was like, oh my God, you got to hear about this program. And I think back in the day, people think bridge loan options are super expensive. You're going to pay a ton of money in interest and it's just not worth it.
Right.
And then when I explained your option, and you spoke to several of them,
Right.
it was like a light bulb went off and they feel like they're not locked in their houses anymore.
Yeah.
So it's really changed, I think, the way that people can buy and sell now. It's not the old school, let's put our house up, let's go run and find a house, once we pass inspection. And what if there's no houses out there? And it's scary for people.
Right.
But to be able to look and buy before they sell, I mean, it's amazing.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. I'm glad to hear that it's helping you, convert more buyers, sellers that were once on the fence,
Yeah.
to convert them really to become buyers first, and then be able to capture that
great.
listing and sell it. So that's a great advantage, I think, for you and any realtors that are interested in that program,
Yeah.
or learning more about that program. So that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad
it's
to
great.
hear that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So Stephanie, we're going to wrap it up here.
Okay.
And we truly, truly appreciate you coming on the show today
My pleasure.
and sharing your experience, giving us some feedback on, the way we've worked together over the past few months. And if there's anything that you want to, mention or say to the audience, this is the time for you.
I think everybody should call Gessner and the Nest Lending Group because they're amazing to work with and it's worry-free and they have so many options and programs that other lenders aren't offering. So to put your best foot forward, call them.
Thank you so much. And by the way, you're hearing it from one of the top agents in Broward County. So I would trust her. So thank you so much,
Thank
Stephanie.
you.
And I hope to have you back on here soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.